Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got stood up twice in 1 week by two different girls. That's right. Let's get into this. You know when they say once bitten, twice shy, and you should just learn your lesson and move on down the road? Well, I say when it comes to dating, screw that once bitten, twice shy, and you keep going, man, because there's a good happy ending to this, by the way. So guys, let's get into it. And you know, I have to say, I'm going to tell you the two details of the story here now. Of course, I've got one hand, I'm gutted that it happened. Of course, no one wants to get stood up, right? Absolutely not. Then on the other hand, I'm quite relieved because you now see what the girl is like. And this happens to a lot of people around the world. We know this. And I think hopefully, guys, there's a lesson here that just don't give up. Don't give up. And by the way, and this is coming from a man who just got stood up twice only last week, ladies and gentlemen. So, if anything, I've got a right to feel a bit gutted here, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, still like, oh, screw this, man. Can't believe it happened. Do you know? Like, and I would understand that for anyone, you know? But let's get into it. So, it's actually the dating app Hinge, guys. Okay, now, I've actually been recommending this app. And then, of course, what happens to me? Get stood up twice by girls on Hinge. So, yeah, first girl, date one, let's say. So I'm chatting away to her on Hinge. Things are looking good. I ask her out on a date. She says, yeah, that sounds good. She's a nurse. Or sorry, it's not a nurse. She's a doctor. So you're thinking, okay, well, you know, good, classy girl. She's got a good job. She's obviously focused. She's going to be, you know, working late, etc., etc. So anyway, chatting away to her. She tells me that she's a doctor. She's going to be running late for, or sorry, not running late. She's going to be not available on this date, this way. So this went on for about a week. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. Look, hey, listen, you know, geez, doctor, she's probably on call, right? So I go in to Hinge. I ask her, okay, so what about Saturday night? So she says, yeah, sounds good. I went, how's 8 p.m.? Sounds great. I said, perfect. So I told her, let's meet at this certain bar. So she says, okay, that sounds great. Perfect. I text her on the day. Hey, I'll just so you know, I'll be in that bar at 8 o'clock and let me know if you have any problems because she's never been there before. In fact, she's only heard about it. Now look, I know she can easily take out Google and her phone to find the place. Easy. But you know, just being polite. And I was obviously just making sure as well that the date's still on. So she's like, oh yeah, great. Yeah, sounds good. Wonderful. I'll see you at 8. And she goes, where is it again? I went, such and such a street. She goes, oh, that's sure. I'll find it on my phone. She even said this back to me. Grant, I get there at 8 o'clock, literally grab a pint. I sit down at a table and I text her. I said, hey, here now at the bar. I'm down in the back just in case you're looking for me. Because it is a bit of a, like people don't know that there is a back end to this bar. It's kind of just a bit of a weird layout, right? So anyway, told her that's Grant, 8 o'clock, bang. Nothing for half an hour. Absolutely nothing. So I'm like, wow. Now at the moment, I'm here sitting here listening to the Olympics, right? The 100-meter sprint's coming up, so I'm kind of a bit distracted anyway. So it kind of burned the time away here. But anyway, 8:30 comes, I'm like, okay, man, what's going on here? You got to make a move here, man. You got to make a move. You can't be sitting here. This is not good. This is not healthy. I mean, other people will want that table anyway, right? So I'm thinking, okay, let's go. So anyway, she texts me at about 8:32, 8:33, and she's like, hey, I'm here now. Now, there's a bar next to me. Next to the bar that I'm in, right? It's only about literally one building away, this other bar. So I go into the other bar. I'm having a cigarette outside. And when she says 8:32 or 8:33, she's, I'm here now. I literally took a peek. I went, is she outside? So I took a look outside. No one there. Now look, okay, maybe she went in. Whatever. Either way, I was just kind of curious. But still, guys, what happened to me there now? And I actually didn't text her back. And I'm upset here. You know, I'm pissed off here, as I'm sure all of you can relate to this if you're going to wait a half an hour for someone and no text in that half an hour. And at about 9 o'clock, I was still a bit annoyed. And I did text her back then. And then I said, well, hey, listen, I actually left at 8:30. Do you really think you should be holding up somebody and just letting them wait? Like, you were obviously late. Even if that's if you did arrive at the bar, which I'm not sure I can believe that. But why are you texting me now? What's the point? Seriously, why are you texting me? It's over. You clearly have no interest. And I said, anyway, I'm not meeting you. Goodbye. So within about 4 seconds, I'm back on Hinge, and for some reason, I just had this feeling that she was going to unmatch me. Do you know the way that guys in the message machine, in Hinge, that you can unmatch people in Tinder as well, right? So I had a look in. For some reason, just voice in my head, had a look at about 5 minutes after the call, and unmatched. So she actually went into the hassle of unmatching me in there as well. And you know what? That was it. Job done. Game over. Had a few drinks out there. That was okay. And I decided to go home. So it did. Gutting, guys. Gutting. And here's story number 2. Jeez, I can't even believe there's a story number 2. My God. Jesus Christ. Now that I'm actually saying it out loud, lads. Okay, anyway, let's get into story number 2. So anyway, this other girl I'm chatting to on Hinge, told her let's meet on Wednesday night. This is now the Wednesday night after the Saturday night, right? So it's what, 5 days away, or 5 days apart. So we're chatting away. Everything seems okay. I said, how about Wednesday night we go meet? She said, yeah, it sounds good. We'll just meet at 8 o'clock and we'll go from there, see where the night takes us. Oh, that sounds great. Tuesday night. I'm now getting a bit paranoid, right? Because I didn't hear from her for about 2 days, right? Because she was actually not contacting me back. So I'm like, oh my God, is this going to be again? Again? So I contact her Tuesday night. Hey, are we still on for tomorrow night? Heard nothing back until about 4:30 the next day, which is the day of meeting her. And she goes, you mean tonight? Laugh out loud. I'm like, what the hell is that on? What does that mean? So I said simply, this is a classic case of avoiding it like the plague. Now, guys, if you're ever in that situation, what this girl could have easily said was, oh, yeah, sure, you mean tonight? Oh, yeah, listen, or something of, oh, I'm really sorry, this and that. Blah, blah. She could have said something as in, let's confirm about tonight. Now, she didn't do anything. I didn't text her back, and I went, all right, that's it. We're done. We're done. She's not going to show up. So, okay, guys, maybe you can say I didn't get stood up for this one, but hear me out. And then she decides to send a voice message. And her voice message was just the softest, little weakest, hi, I'm feeling really sick today, actually. I'm actually walking now. I'm going, even though she's sick, she's walking. She's gone from the chemist to get some medicine. What'd she say? I've been at the chemist, got some medicine. My throat's really sore. I'm not sure. So how are you? That's all she says. How are you? She doesn't even say, look, can we call it a different night? Can we reschedule? Can we do this? Can we do that? There's no lead up to this. So guys, if you ever get into this situation, don't fall for their crap. They're clearly not interested. They don't want to meet. And that's it. Okay? If something doesn't make sense, you just don't know what the motivation is, guys, behind it. Okay? That's what I've said this so many times, and I think that's the lesson here. You know, here's a man who got stood up. Now, here's the climax of this beautiful story. I met another girl only a few nights ago. I got her number. She seems to be interested. But you know what, guys? I haven't met her. I haven't asked to meet her yet. Maybe I'll meet her. Maybe I won't. But my point here is, guys, don't get soul destroyed. If you feel soul destroyed, that's when you actually should push even further. And I'm being serious, guys. You know, I'm being serious. When I say push even further, as in, you know, you don't give up. Go for another date. Try and get on a date as fast as you can. Get back on the horse. Now, I know it takes 2 to tango. You need somebody to actually show up. All right? And I get that. But the point is, you know, guys, I know it can be soul destroying. I know. And it can shatter your confidence. The only way you get your confidence back is to go for it again. Now, I'm going to text that girl in the next few days. Hopefully we'll meet, and I really do. Now, I'll be pissed off if this goes south again for the 3rd time in a fucking row. I will be pissed off. But I'm not going to give up. And remember this, guys, and I think this maybe is that maybe we can all take this as a lesson here, you know, and even I'm trying to remind myself of this as well. These girls didn't show up. These girls didn't sit with me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes to see, oh God, hey, I don't like this guy. He's a bit of an asshole, you know, or, you know, to come to some sort of judgment. If you get stood up, it's not personal. If they were on 2 or 3 dates and, you know, they're getting to know you and you laugh at these weird things, or, you know, then they can start making judgments, and, or if you're insulting the person face to face, you know, that's a totally different scenario. But it ain't personal, guys. Not for one goddamn second. I hope this helps. Hopefully that, look, if you do get stood up, guys, keep in there. Keep the shoe down. And don't give up. Thanks, guys.
Peter.
Wow.